Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Spiritual Talk. It's Wednesday. It's that time again. Hiya, Paul. How you doing?
I'm good, mate. How are you? It's Wednesday again. Comes around so quickly.
Oh, as always, another busy week. How have you been?
Yeah, good. It's good to see a lot of people are coming on already. We just want to send out our appreciation and our thanks. We have such wonderful guests
Absolutely.
that give up their time to bring spirit communication, not just communication, but also information. And it's so valuable as well. And our guests always give up their time for free.
Yeah.
So we really do appreciate you guys coming along and joining us in our little spiritual part of the world here. So,
yeah.
And tonight is no exception, mate. We have got someone we've really pulled out. Well, we've been really lucky to have this lady come on. We really are.
This is the pinnacle for me in the last few weeks. But as we all know, all our guests are fantastic. But
yeah, well, it's like every week gets better, mate, to be fair.
Absolutely. And
every week gets
before
better.
we go on, hello, Lou. Hello, Julie. Hello, Paul Cook as well. Lovely to see you coming on. Hiya, Sean.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we got a technical problem, but I know on Anthony's page and my page, we're definitely going live, possibly on YouTube as well. It looks like it's all good to go. So,
good, yeah. Hi, Zoe.
Without further ado, guys, don't forget to share as well, please, guys.
Yeah.
Be great. Don't forget it's a chance to win a free reading. We won't forget this week. We had to do 2 this week, didn't we, mate?
Yeah, I did my 2. I did my 2 after holidays. That worked out well. So I enjoyed them. Brilliant readings too. Awesome. We've got a lovely guest tonight, haven't we, Paul?
Yes, let's get her in, shall we? We got the lovely Sandy Ingham, and she is a medium and spirit artist. And good evening, Sandy.
Good evening, Anthony. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening, Sandy. Lovely to have you on here this evening.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Thank you for joining us. And like everybody that we have come on, we'd like to know a little bit about your backstory and how you came into mediumship.
Well, that's quite a story, actually, because I didn't come into mediumship. I came in with it. So I've been a medium for all of my 75 years, almost. The art, however, is quite different. That didn't happen until I was 60. And randomly, just like that, literally, from sitting watching TV, when I used to have a life other than spirit, I would sit and watch my favorite soap, at precisely the same time every night, which is clearly why Leo used that time and that opportunity to tune me in, or out, I should say, because I'm a trance artist for Leo. Right. Leo being the artist in spirit, and he quite literally uses my hands to draw people's families. And wherever we've gone in the world, no matter what color, culture, or place we're in, he consistently has drawn the people's family members in the audience. And of course, as a trance artist, I have got no idea whatever what's happening, because my head goes down when I work, my hands come up. I pick 2 up because he uses 2 at the same time.
Yeah.
I only really do that once, and then that's usually at the start of the show. I use the term show because my work is visual. And he will pick up 2 pencils and he will draw 2 people at the same time, one with each hand. And you can see that sometimes it's mums and dad on the other side, or grandparents, or husband, daughter, son, etc. I never know. I don't know what I'm doing when I'm working. I've no sense of hearing anything. I don't see anything. I'm just not in. But we spent a lot of years trying to get me to a point where, in a trance state, I can come up high enough out of it to be able to speak. And I've managed to do a couple or 3 workshops like that, but I've never done a live show trying to do that. So I always work with a medium. And Leo then connects with the medium, the person in the audience that it's going to, and the person upstairs. I use the word upstairs for spirit.
Yeah, I use exactly the same. I always say upstairs.
it doesn't quite feel right for me to say dead or alive.
Yeah.
So they're upstairs and we are downstairs.
Yeah.
And he literally pulls it all together, and he talks to the medium that I'm working with. He talks to the audience member. Usually he will write to do that, and I haven't any paper here, which is a bit of a mistake. I should have something to write, because he started a picture whilst we've been talking, which will come out at some stage. He will prompt me, and if one of you are talking, I shall probably just lift it up to the camera so that you can see it, and then know that this has come in, because it may be connected on the link you're talking to, if it goes that way.
Yeah.
He will instruct me. So basically, back to watching the soap, I used to take my mail with me and do that whilst I was watching. And we've always recycled the envelopes and till receipts. And it was whilst watching this soap and doing that Leo was using the paper, the envelopes, to draw on. So he would maybe draw an eye or a nose or a mouth, an ear. He was just drawing bits of faces. Now, I cannot draw at all. Never could, and still can't. And if I tried to do it by myself, well, my daughter just said, "Mother, stick to drawing dead people." She's a bit like that.
That was going to be one of my questions, Sandy. Did you have artistic backgrounds before?
None at all.
Spirit. Okay.
And I actually said to Leo, of all people in the world, why choose me when I can't even draw? And he said, well, that is part of the reason. I do talk fluently with Leo, by the way. He said, that is one of the reasons, because mentally, if I could draw, I would override what he's doing. I would attempt to override and do what I think is right for me. So I have to be removed completely in my conscious mind when we're working, so that I don't interfere in any way. And so it went on. We're drawing these bits of faces, and I had no idea that I was doing them, because he must have done it and then passed it over onto the refuse pile. And then one day I had to leave the room in the middle of the program that I hadn't seen. And this was a strange thing, because I got up in the middle of the program and I put down whatever was in my hand, and then I saw movement as I was walking around it. And of course I looked down quickly, thinking I'd knocked something over, and there were these perfectly drawn set of human eyes looking up at me. Oh. And then honestly, keep going.
Yeah.
Because I can't draw, my husband certainly can't draw, and there were only two of us living in the house. So, but I was completely unaware of the program. And at the end, I would say to Mike, what just happened? What did he say? Where did they go? And he would say, you've just watched it. But I hadn't. I dropped into that trance state, and that music is what takes me into that trance state.
Right.
I don't use it now. I just literally close my eyes, take a slow in breath, and say, I'm ready when you are. And I'm straight away out, immediately out.
Right.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
So you've gone from 0 to 100 in terms of artistic ability, whereas people that we've had a couple of artists on here, Anthony, like Monique, for example. She was a portrait artist at a courthouse, so she would draw the people that were going before the jury, etc. So so to have that ability suddenly just given to you, how did it feel? It must have blown you away.
Oh, it did. It absolutely did. But the strange thing is, Paul, for years I would collect odd little art bits, like a tube of paint.
Yeah.
And a paintbrush. And a little pot to clean the brush, or terps to clean the brush if it was oil.
Yeah.
And then an easel. And Mike kept looking at me. Mike's my husband. Kept looking at me sideways and say, what are you doing? You know, what are you buying those for? Yeah. You don't even draw. You know, I don't know, but one day I feel like I will try. And so it was. So from that happening, the realization that my hands were drawing, I knew I hadn't done it.
Yeah.
I'd not even any recollection of doing it. So it had to be them, and they've been with me every day of my life. They are friends. And, you know, for me, it's somebody's voice that brings them in, because they tend to link into the frequency of a person's voice.
Yeah.
And that's what brings them in. And I've completely forgot where I was there now. That would bring them in. Oh, yes. So I've sidetracked a little there. I'm good at doing that. Age. So I thought, okay, I know I'm not doing this. I asked, who are you? And I got no response. And then I thought, well, if it's them, I had never heard of spirit art at this stage, by the way. Never heard of it. Right. Didn't go to churches or anything. I knew nothing outside of the fact that I had people talking to me. So I was going to the hairdresser's next morning and thought, okay, I'll buy a sketch pad and pencil on my way. And then when I get home, I'll sit with it and say, okay, what is this? I'm ready when you are. But it didn't quite work that way, because I went to the hairdresser. I called and picked that up first. And I went to the hairdresser's and sat down, and she used to colour my hair back then when I needed it. And I must have started drawing. She put me under a dryer to develop the colour, apparently. And I must have picked out the pad and have no recollection of doing it. And my hands flashing across the paper. And the first I knew of it was her going and backing up the room, you know. And I thought, good Lord, what's happened? Are you okay? I said. And I realized I got the pad. She'd come to have a look what I was doing. And I'd drawn apparently her just past granddad.
Oh.
And that's how I found out what I was doing. Crazy or what? So I thought, so that's what I'm doing. And then only months later, less than a year later, I saw that Stephen Holbrook was on at Scarborough, which was not far away from where I lived. And I had been going through this newspaper, which we normally don't buy, but I had one. And I was going through to make sure Mike had out of it what he wanted. I think it was a voucher or something. And this advert just leapt off the page at me. And I looked at it, and Leo said to me, book some tickets. And I'm thinking, gosh, they're expensive. You know, we were just living naturally then. We hadn't got oodles of money. Yeah. However, while I'm saying no, I can't really do that, my hand's dialing the wretched number. So I booked the tickets, and the show was on maybe a night or two later. So then it started, Leo saying, take your sketch pad. And me saying, oh, no, absolutely not. And he gets like exasperated. It's quite funny, really. And he said, take your sketch pad. And anyway, I put obstacles galore in his way to prevent me having to do that. One of the obstacles was, well, I will take it if he tells me personally that he doesn't mind me sitting at the back of the room scribbling away, because that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
And then we thought, stupidly, I know now, we'll go up really early. It was a hotel. So I thought, we'll go up really early and go in the bar and hide, because Stephen had to tell me that he didn't mind me doing it.
Yeah.
And he had to be alone when he did it. These are all my obstacles. I very long ago learned that I don't beat Leo, ever. No matter how big the task, he will win.
Yeah.
However long it takes, he always wins. So we get there, and there's nobody in the bar, not even on the reception desk. So foot out, straight away, heading for the bar, which was directly ahead of me. And I think we'd taken one step when the revolving doors behind me swung. And of course, my heart stops beating immediately. But then I hear that there are two men talking. So I thought, oh, that's not him then. And if it was, there's two of them. And I'm trying to get ahead to get in the bar to hide. But his manager peeled off right and went in a room just as he came in, which left Stephen quite literally stood behind me, walking towards me. And of course, if you know Stephen, he's very much taller than me at 4'11". So he very easily caught me up. And I didn't want to turn to see if it was him, because I'd never met him before and I hadn't been to shows either. So I just knew. So he spoke, said hello, and I turned and I said, Stephen, hi. I'm Sandra, and I have been doing a little bit of drawing. Would you mind terribly if I sat at the back of the room and did some drawing?
Yeah.
And, I didn't tell him anything about spirit art. I just said basically drawing. And this is where it gets frantic for me, because I'm a medium. I knew what he was thinking. It's like I could hear him talking in my head. Yeah. And he was thinking, oh, God, not another one, And it was the last show of the year, Christmas. And my mouth said, no, I'm genuine. I really have been doing that. And in fact, here's one I've done earlier. And I'm absolutely panic stricken because I haven't done any such thing. I just hadn't done anything. So my hands are taking out the pad and pulling the fly sheet across, and sure enough, there was a woman. Wow. It was absolutely mental. I had no recollection at all of drawing that woman.
Wow.
But there it was. And he, again, I'm hearing his thoughts, and he's thinking, well, it's a good picture, but it could have taken her a week to do that. However, he just very nicely said, yes, absolutely, no problem. And I intended to sit at the back so I wouldn't be bothering anyone.
Yeah.
I ended up sitting second front row. Wow. But now it gets interesting, because my mouth had already said, it'll be placed here tonight. And I'm thinking, shut up, and trying to ram my words down my throat to stop me saying them. Oh my gosh, Leo always wins. So we go into the bar. Nobody in there. All the tables, I'm scanning left, all the tables are empty because it's very early. But then I hear words at the side of me, and there was a bench to my right, and I was facing left. I hadn't seen them. And they slid apart to let me sit down. And I thought, strange, since every table is empty.
Yeah.
So I couldn't not be polite, old school, So I sat down between them, and I know that Mike looked back and thought, what on earth is she doing? You're squashing myself between these four ladies. Anyway, I put my bag down on the floor, and the actual pad was stuck up out of it because the pad was bigger than the bag.
Yeah.
So the couple on my left said, oh, do you do a bit of drawing then? And I said, yes. And yes, I have been doing. Still new. It's still new to me sort of attitude. And, oh, have you anything we can look at? I said, I have actually. And can we have a look? So I pulled the fly sheet back, showed it them, and one said to the other, wouldn't it be fabulous if our mum could come through like that?
Oh.
And I'm thinking, oh, you know, and I'm putting it back in the bag. But then the two on my right said, oh, excuse me, couldn't help overhearing. Can we have a look? Oh, yes, of course. And I pick it back up again and open it back up again. And then, both of them, sharp intake of breath and hands up to the face.
Yeah.
They were in complete shock. And they said in unison, that's our mum.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
And I'm thinking, of course it is.
Yeah.
I'm a bit like that.
You
so
were doubting it at the time, Sandy. You were doubting it?
I was, yes, absolutely. Yeah. How would I have drawn their mum? I don't know them or their mum. And don't forget, this is all new to me.
Yeah.
So, and they must have seen my face thinking, you know, sure. And they said, no, honestly, look, we've got a photo. They're delving in the bag and come out with this photo, which was an exact copy of what I'd drawn, except that it was in mirror image. And if you know who Leo is, you'll know very well about his mirror imaging with everything.
So, sorry, I didn't mean to. Can we talk in a minute about Leo as well, about your relationship with Leo?
Yeah. Leo, oh yes. Yeah. Leo is quite a character. He's Leonardo da Vinci.
Yeah, I kind of saw the statue in the picture.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, so that's amazing.
I didn't know who he was. I'm again largely uneducated because of my life as a child and the difficulties, and it's just so strange. I thought he showed me his face. It's like I was seeing it from projected outward. Normally, when you see images, you see them inside, see them in your mind, don't you?
Yeah.
This was projected outwards. And it came slowly, diagonally across my vision and so that I got a really good look.
Yeah.
Well, I never studied art, knew nothing of art. So I said, thank you very much, but I still don't know who you are. So I said, I want your name. If I'm going to step out of my consciousness, I want to know who's in charge of my body and what they're doing with it.
Yeah.
So again, I'm a bit like that. So my daughter came to visit me. I lived in Yorkshire then. And we were talking about mediumship and the various different ways that mediums use to focus their connection with spirit. And she mentioned the tarot cards. And I said, I've never seen any, let alone used any. So I don't really know anything about them. So we said we would buy a pack and see what it said inside and see what we saw in the pictures. For me, I just see pictures. They don't mean anything to me at all. But then I don't need them as a focus because I just listen to spirit. It's a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And well, I think it is, but then I know no other way to work, you see. So the next day, I went into town and we had a bookshop then, and way up on the high shelf was the spine of a box, and it was showing the picture of Vitruvian Man. I had no idea who did that. I just knew that I'd seen it before. My daughter's an academic. I'm quite the opposite. And I thought she will like that. She'll like that pack because it's intelligent. And so I got the guy to lift it down and take it to the till. And he wrapped it in a paper bag. So I didn't bother to look at it. I just sent it down to Cornwall to my daughter. A few more weeks on, and she came up and bought the pack with her. And she'd put it on the coffee table. She'd taken out the book and put it face down. So the back of the book was showing. And there was the man who had crossed my vision looking at me. That was his face. And I immediately knew that I was about to find out who this artist is that's using my hands. And of course, it was Leonardo da Vinci. And then rolling on a little bit and Stephen, I didn't finish that story, and I ought to really, but I talked. No, let me finish that story because we're out of sync otherwise.
Yeah.
When I got to go into the show and pick up my ticket, I was able to say to Stephen, "Oh, I placed that picture, by the way." And he sat up, really? I'd like to see that. So quite a lot of the audience in by then. And he came back with them. So he was able to see the mum's photograph with my picture. So now he was really interested. So he said, if you do any in the first half, will you show them to me in the interval? Of course, I said. And come the interval, I'd done 4 pictures. Maybe I was on my 5th even. But during that first half, it connected with a whole family way behind me. And they had lost their grandma, their mother, father, I think, and one of the ladies' fiancés who had been in the army and was killed. And come the interval, he came to me and said, "Did I do any?" And I said yes, and I handed them over. And sorry, the pup's in right at the side of me. She knows when I've got company. Where was I, guys?
So,
at the interval.
You went to see Stephen in the interval.
Yeah. So I gave him what I'd done. And he said, "Can I just take them away for a minute?" And I said, "Of course." And he disappeared with the pictures. And then several minutes had passed, and I thought, I wonder where he went. So I stood up and looked back, and he was knelt in the aisle alongside this row of people. And I looked, and they were all, really emotional and weeping. Very emotional, because I'd drawn all 4 of the people that Stephen had connected with.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So at the end of that, he said, would I like to come and join him on some of his shows? And I said, I pretty much said I would think about it, because I knew what it would mean in terms of what it would do to my life.
Yeah.
And anyway, he said, "I'll call you after Christmas and we'll discuss it then." And he did that. He called me, he asked me, we had discussed it, Mike and I. And anyway, we decided we would do it. We would do it. Because how could I not?
Yeah.
It's such an emotional thing to have your family members presented to you in such a way.
Yeah.
It's just really, really heart-rending, isn't it? So we went, and before I did that first show with Stephen, I said to Leo, "I'm going to have to call you by a name, and so I shall call you Leo. If I tell anyone that you're Leonardo da Vinci, I will get laughed out of the building. They wouldn't give me a chance. They'd tear me to pieces, and I know they would. Rightly so, I would. Oh God, who does she think she is? So he was just Leo. And many, many, many people asked me, did I know who the artist was? And I had a stock answer for that. Well, it doesn't really matter who the artist is, does it? The fact is, he's drawing people's families in the audience. That's all that matters. And then I would quickly turn the subject away because I didn't want to go into it. And then I was doing we're 6 years on, 5-6 years on, and I'm doing an interview with one of the glossy magazines. The inevitable question comes out, do you know who your artist is? And I opened my mouth, drew breath to start saying, well, it doesn't matter, does it? When Leo very firmly said to me, own me. And of course, I'm panic-stricken immediately. And I'm sending back, they'll tear me apart. It's a big magazine. Everybody gets it, And he said, trust me, own me. So I said, well, I do actually. He's Leonardo da Vinci. tried to hide it, but she heard me anyway. And so there was, you can imagine, there was quite a lot of questions from her about him. He told her a little about himself because she said, will he talk to me? And I asked him, he said yes. And she asked me for some personal information about him. And I said, well, he's left-handed. And gosh, going forward, he started to use his left hand and my right one. And that's how that came about. But he's left-handed, he was gay. He's got an absolute utter hatred of religion because of its violence of fear and intimidation. He was a medium himself.
All right.
And yes, indeed it is. He was an inventor. He was an artist. But the art for Leo is just the last thing of importance to him. The science is his baby. And the invention, engineering.
Yeah.
He wanted me to go to his home where he passed away in France. Do you know this?
I don't know, no.
He spent the last years of his life in France because his home country of Italy, just he couldn't live there anymore. Yeah. There was a death sentence put on him by the Catholic Church for being gay because somebody, they put little messages in hidden places. Yeah. And somebody reported him as being not quite a good person. And of course, there was a death sentence put on him right away.
Wow.
Which caused him to flee Italy and go to France. And the King of France at the time built a chateau within his chateau grounds. And that's where Leo spent the last years of his life with his beloved partner of many, many years, who he calls Sal, but is Giacomo. And he was with him when he passed away there. So Leo wanted me to go to his home, you see, so that he could show me everything, all the hidden little messages. And he shows me the hidden messages in his paintings. And some of them are quite shocking to an old woman like me.
Yeah. You have such a fabulous relationship between yourself and Leo.
We really do.
Yeah.
He's always there for me. And if I have a question, he will always very patiently answer it. I do readings for scientists, and I'm no scientist. I've no idea what they're talking about. But very patiently, the scientists upstairs will answer the questions or tell them what they need to know. And they understand the words. I have no idea.
Yeah.
So, yes, Leo has really developed us into a very easygoing, beautiful relationship. He's amazing.
It's like your best of friends, Sandy, in a way.
We are. Yeah. And what I didn't know was he came with me when I was born. I was his experiment, And this is why I say when I was born, mediumship came with me, and so did Leo. But I used to see Leo. He was my friend. I didn't know that everybody else couldn't see my friends. So you can imagine what life was like. They'll take you away and all of this rubbish. So, but anyway, Leo was a boy when I was a little girl. And as I grew into teenage, he was a teenage boy. And so, so he knew that if he presented himself to me as he really looked, hair, he would have frightened me to death, frankly. We didn't see people with all that hair. And he knew that. So he paced his growing and his introduction to me as my friend that way. And it wasn't until at 60 years old and the art started that he showed himself to me for who he really is. Wow. I called him Leon. I thought he was Leon. And that's what I used to call him. So, yes, we started this journey. It's been an incredible journey, so full of so many experiences and different places. And it's just been amazing. It's just been incredible.
Carol has asked a great question. Is he amazed by the inventions he sees being made now?
Yeah, great question.
No, not at all. Because when he's not working with me, he's working with the scientists and the engineers and inventors in this world.
Okay.
To help them create this technology. He talks a lot about today's world to me and the eventual use of the 5G towers.
Oh, right.
So I know ahead of time what's going to happen to those, because as they are quite frankly dangerous.
Yeah.
They are. And we know that there is free energy around this planet constantly. And we can tap in. You'll know Nikola Tesla did exactly that. I know all this from Leo and meeting people. So, you know, everything in our world today should not be the way it is.
Yeah.
We don't need to be paying vast amounts of money for energy. We can just take it from the air. We can literally take it from the planet, from the planet's electromagnetic field. Yes. So I learn a lot from Leo. He truly is the most clever man. So yes, he does know about it. We had a conversation once about how spaceships are the propulsion system of spaceships. Because I was talking to someone who is an aerospace engineer.
Yeah.
I was reading for him. He asked me a question for Leo. He wanted to know about black holes. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, what do I know about black holes? Anyway, next morning, I was able to tell him how to recognize black holes. And I think he said something like, you will see them before you will hear them, or vice versa. It was a little bit like the sound resonance, the frequency of, again, you see, I'm uneducated. Come and help me, Leo. You know how you vibrate a plate and the contents of it take a shape? Yeah?
Yeah.
To find the black hole, you will first see the shape, the resonance, the frequencies make. And there was a lot more to it, which I don't remember or understand. But yes, he does. He's really, he's a full-on guy. He works more with he only works with me for art.
Yeah.
Right. Otherwise, he's with the scientists, and he's working on the way out of this situation we're in.
Okay.
And where we're going forward and what will happen. You know, essentially, we're in the thick of a war, aren't we?
Yeah.
And he shows me what's happening ahead of time, what will happen as we go forward.
Yeah.
But I think this is probably not the program to discuss.
Yeah.
Seems to me, Sandy, you're getting more than just the art. You're getting like everything, aren't you, really?
Yes, I do.
It's absolutely fascinating. I mean, I can't lie right now, but I have seen your YouTube videos as well. And it's absolutely fascinating. If anyone has watched some of them like I have, nearly all week I've been watching some every day.
Oh my gosh.
It's captivating. It really is. But what I find interesting is not just the art at the time, it's that it's also coming in, the information's coming in before the medium then repeats from spirit that connection of what's going on. So if anyone did think it was a fraud, they are completely mistaken within seconds. But also at the same time, what I find really interesting from my own point of view is that the notes that have been written in the top hand corner that goes along with the drawings and in the connection within the message as well. And I think that's something completely different.
Yeah.
Well, it is. And, you know, me being me, a little mouse all my life, no confidence at all. If you told me that I would be on the world stage and traveling around the world doing what I do, I'd have said, go away, lock him up, lock her up. No chance would I do that. And I still don't front an audience in the sense that I don't stand and give mediumship. I don't, because I need to focus. I know you're looking at me. The little one.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, this. sorry, I've been waylaid there a little about this.
We can do it now if you want to. We can always come back to this. It's okay.
You're okay.
I find
Yes,
that
I don't mind.
Spirit, and I can't communicate. Once they take you in, that's it. You can't.
Yeah.
That's it. So, how do you want to do this? Shall I show it?
Yeah. Well, probably should we do this one?
You do your thing. Yes.
I was going to say, did you want to? Because I feel I know who this connects to.
Yes. Go ahead.
Because I did a reading for them recently, and I'm not sure if they're listening. Now, I don't know the information you had with this, Sandy, but I felt as soon as I saw the picture that it was a child that wasn't born.
Either stillborn or lost just before,
yes.
I think.
Yes. And as a young lady that watches Spiritual Talk, literally had that experience recently. So Zoe, if you're listening, there's a picture here. So I didn't want to cause any distress with this picture, and that baby has just been laid to rest.
Can I just say that spirit that was in that body, the way Leo explains all of this to me is that we decide whilst in spirit that we're going to come and have a life experience.
Yeah.
Okay. So we quite literally choose our parents. We choose the mother who's going to create the machine to carry the spirit. Yes.
Yeah.
And I do know whatever she thinks, this one has returned because the body was compromised.
Yes.
And this soul that's coming in needs a perfect body. Yeah. I know why the loss happened, but we won't discuss that either. But there will be another attempt by this spirit to come back to this mother.
Yeah.
Would you like me to show the picture at this stage?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Zoe, if you're watching, we'll get a message to you because Mum watches as well sometimes. Linda, a friend of Zoe's, and there's quite a few people on the show that are quite friendly with Zoe. We know what happened recently, and as soon as I saw the baby, Carol's just messaged her.
Yeah, thanks, Carol.
So I'm sure she'll be. I know she came in earlier, but as is life, some people come in and out. So.
Can I just add here before I lose it that I think this lady's grandfather is spirit side as well. There's another person in the last 2.5 years passed to this lady.
Yeah.
And they're the ones bringing this little one.
Yeah, and that was a gentleman as well, wasn't there? There's a gentleman.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be Alan. That would be Alan.
It is. It is.
So I believe that to be Zoe's uncle. Is an amazing man. I believe, Anthony, you've brought him through before.
Yeah.
He's a very funny gentleman.
Yeah,
and he's come through quite a lot for Zoe.
Humor as well.
Yeah.
Is he the one that's passed within the last couple of years or so?
Yes. Yeah.
Right. Okay. And connected to this child.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And he used to play the spoons as well, which is delightful.
Oh my gosh.
He used to play the spoons on his knee from time to time.
Oh my gosh. And there's someone else, and I don't know where, one of those squeezy things, and it makes music.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Hi, Zoe. Zoe's just came in.
Okay.
Zoe.
Hi, Zoe.
Sandy linked to a connection before she came on tonight. And Sandy showed me the picture, and I believe that to be connected to you, Zoe. She was serving tea, bless you. And you'll be able to watch back, but there was a bit of a message from Sandy. Did you want to say to Zoe now, Sandy, what you've got?
Right, okay. I know there's a child recently gone back to spirit, a baby. Would you like me to show it at this stage?
Yes, please, because Zoe's here.
It's unfinished, and I know there are things to be coming in around it, because I think there are items sent with it, and they're showing it to me a photograph as well. And we have also a gentleman who is Alan, who also passed within the last 2 years, I believe. So they count me up from like 1, 2, and just over or around that time. So we have him who's bought this child, but there's also I think, can you answer this, Zoe? Your grandfather also spirit side? Is she able to respond to that?
I don't know. She should put a comment. I will put a link in, Zoe, if you want to come in.
Yeah.
You're more than welcome to jump in on the link. I'll put the link into the comment. So comments, if you want to jump in, you're more than welcome to. It's on my page, it's on Anthony's page, it's on the comment. The link has gone in as well. Great. Thanks, Anthony. So any second she should jump in. So yeah, I really felt that connected as soon as I saw the picture.
Yes, indeed, you're quite right. And I had a feeling this was going to happen because it was done just while I was literally sat here waiting to connect with you guys.
Yeah.
And oh gosh,
we have got some more pictures to share as well, connections, haven't we?
You're getting more, Sandy, aren't you?
Yes, I am. The name, it's either Tommy, Tony, is connected also somewhere. They will mention the living, so don't think we're killing them off if we mention people who are alive.
We do. Okay. They like to connect, don't they? Yeah.
And we're also close, because they're showing me the card, to a birthday, or did the child pass near a birthday or an anniversary? There's some connection because they're showing me the card.
Hopefully you can jump in, Zoe.
I'm sorry about this.
It's not letting me log in. I've just repasted it, Zoe. I'm not sure why. You might jump onto, I don't know what page you're looking at it from. You might be able to jump onto Anthony's or my page, depends on, and just try. It was on my granddad's birthday. We had her. It was on her granddad's birthday that we had her.
All right, that makes sense then. Oh, and granddad's the one along with Alan who's bought her.
Yeah.
Oh, how wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I love this. I love this. I do. I've seen little hands and feet. Did they? Tiny little hands and feet.
Click on the duck, Zoe, if you can see the duck. Click on the duck. That'll bring you in. So did you want to show the picture, Sandy? So everyone
if you're ready. And please remember it's unfinished, but not wrong way.
Yeah.
Didn't I go the wrong way before?
Beautiful.
And as you see, the child is very much alive in spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much so.
That's, lovely.
There's more to go around it, but alive and well, and with the family.
That's beautiful.
And also, Mum's grandma is here. Mum's grandma, and I think her mum's still with us, isn't she?
Yes.
Yes, but her mum isn't. Yes.
Or I believe so. Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll have to ask Zoe if you can get on.
And I know we have that lady.
Zoe.
Is Zoe in?
Hi, Zoe.
Hello.
Hi, Zoe.
Hello, darling.
Hello.
Have I ever seen you before?
No.
Oh, well, I'm sorry this has happened in this way. I'm usually very private about my readings and everything, but Leo's having his way. Did you see the picture, darling?
I didn't know. I was trying to enter the studio. Whoa.
As you see, very much alive and well in spirit. The picture is unfinished. However, I will finish it. I'm the trance artist for Leo, so I can't do it while we're talking. But if you would forward to either Anthony or your address, I will send the picture out to you when it's finished.
Thank you so much.
I will gift it to you. Okay.
Thank you.
Now, Alan's here. Yes.
Yeah.
And also your grandfather, but your mum's grandma. I think your mum's still living. Yes.
Yeah.
Right. And is it mum's grandma that's spirit side or your grandma?
Both.
I've got the grandma, both.
Yeah.
They're with the child. Yeah.
Yeah.
They bought the child. Now, it's very important that you know whatever you've been told doesn't matter. They know better. That this child chose you to be born to. And as I tell everyone, because it's the way it's taught to me, and I'm just a natural medium. I have not been taught to be. So the way I do it is possibly different to other mediums, but they choose that the child decides to come and have a life. It chooses the mother. You were chosen to make the host body for the spirit to live in. Now, the body was compromised, and I don't know what you know, but the body was compromised. So it couldn't go ahead. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay. But it is not over, because the child will come again. Whatever you've been told, I don't care. The child will come again to you, for you to create another machine, essentially, for it to live in. Okay. Now this child's an important child, because going forward, there's a lot of work to do to undo a lot of bad stuff, basically. And I won't go into all that. I might do if it was a private sitting, but there's a lot to be undone that has been done. But going forward, the world is a very different looking place, and it won't be the way that some people want it to look. It is a very golden future. And I call it, because they've called it, the fifth dimension. We're currently transiting the fourth dimension after being stuck in the third one for thousands of years. This is how they tell it to me. Now, the child that's coming in is important in creating what happens in that way ahead. So the child will be born.
Yeah.
And do you know what? I'm looking at this child here because it's right in front of me. And I'm looking at you. And it's like, whoops, on wrong side again.
Yeah.
I mean, you could so see that she's your child.
Thank you.
Can you guys see it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
Definitely. And I used to think they all look like Winston Churchill, but they don't. So your baby quite literally came in whilst I was. Can you place the names, either living or otherwise, or upstairs or downstairs, as I put it, either Tommy or Tony sounding name, and
I've got Thomas.
Tom. Yeah, the way they give it to me.
Yeah.
The way they give it to me. So who's Thomas for you?
It's my granddad, and it's also my nephew.
Is that the granddad I've
And
got here, then?
And it's also my partner's granddad as well.
Okay.
And it's in his family as well.
It's because we've got all
Tommy.
all these Toms.
Yep.
And there was another name also. I know there's either a Mark or a Mike somewhere. Mark, Mike, Matt.
Mike is my brother-in-law.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Still with us, yes?
Yeah.
Don't think because I'm mentioning him that we're killing him off. We're not. But all I'm doing here is proving to you that I am talking to and about your family.
Thank you.
I'm looking at Paul. Well, I'm not looking at Paul there, but his name is flashing up at me. Are we knowing the name Paul or Paula, Pauline as well?
It's in the family, yeah.
I thought it would be. Again, just about proving that I am talking to and about your family. So, as I say, there's more to come onto this picture yet. It's far from finished. But I will send it to you when it's done.
Thank you so much.
I don't know whether you guys want to add anything in there at all.
To be honest, it just comes with all the love in the world. As I sit here, all I feel in my heart is just this pure love coming through. And Sandy, you brought that through so well. And Zoe knows Zoe won a free reading recently. Yeah. So this will come up in the free reading. I think I've done 3 readings for you now, Zoe, haven't I?
2, I think it is. 2.
So
yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot over the other side, isn't there, that would come with love and blessings. Yeah. This definitely meant to be tonight. Absolutely. So
thank you so much.
Yeah.
And you thought you weren't coming on.
I was cooking lasagna.
They were having dinner and lasagna and chips, I hope, and lasagna, a bit of salad. So
I'll be round when it's ready. Where are you?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, darling. You really are.
Thank you.
Be brave.
Yeah, it
Keep
takes
the smile. The child is coming back.
Yeah, it's coming.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
God bless you, Zoe.
Thanks,
Thank
Zoe.
you.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
It's hard coming on here live, you know, because people don't want to come on live, and then to have that emotion as well.
Sorry, guys.
She done so well. No,
it's lovely.
I believe she needed that. Shall we do the other pictures?
Yeah. Can I just mention a Steve somewhere? How many have you got on? Who have you got? I don't know anything or anybody.
There's a Stephanie just come on.
Steph. Let me explain this. They put names literally into my mouth. The information is given into my mind, and I call it telepathy, because everybody understands what that is.
Yeah.
Whereas if I say clairaudience and clairsentience and clair all these clairs, outside of the spiritualist world, they're not understood.
Yeah.
So I just give it as I understand it without any training. So telepathically, the information is given. And for me, it's like recalling a memory. Sorry, they're distracting me again. However, the names, and I want names, they call me a picky little witch, quite frankly. I don't care. Crack on. So I am, but I want your name.
Yeah.
But they make me speak the names. They make me speak them. So basically, if a name sounds exactly like another, I've no idea what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So I trip over, as you've just seen me do. Was it Tommy or Tony? Tom. Yeah.
Yeah.
So however they give it to me, I don't care. I just want it.
Yes.
That's how they do it for me.
That's exactly the same for me.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Exactly the same. Yeah, it's like sometimes you can trip over the name or how it's pronounced. Sometimes you can actually hear them pronounce the name as it should be said. And other times, to me, it's like sometimes it's a vibration, sometimes it's a sound you can hear them saying.
Yeah.
So because the different types of clairaudience,
I don't hear it. That's the thing. It just literally comes out of my mouth.
Okay.
But that takes me to a little story that'll make you smile. I do like them to tell me the names, and I don't let them get away unless they do. Because I can also always say, if you can't make me say it, I got a pencil. And you can write it. If I can draw faces, you can write letters. So they do it that way. However, a little story that's quite amusing. It wasn't to me at the time because it was darn frustrating, but I was talking to reading for this guy whose brother had been killed in the theatre of war. He was in the can't remember whether he was Marines or something. But he'd passed, and all the way through talking to this guy, his brother, I'm saying, "Can you tell me your name? Just please tell me your name." And he kept saying Olive. And I said, "Well, you're not called Olive. That's a woman's name, and an old one." And I said, "Can we just try again, please? Just nice and slowly. Make me say your name, Olive." So I thought, okay, typical Marines. He's having fun. They all do. I read for a lot of military people. So at the end, I said, to his brother, "I've been trying to get your brother's name, and I really just can't. I don't know whether he's having fun or teasing me or what, but whenever I ask him his name, he just says Olaf." He said he was Olaf. Olaf. O-L-A-F. Olaf.
Yeah.
Love that.
See, that did not occur to me.
That name, Stephanie, did you have a message for Stephanie, Sandy? Was she picking up something?
I don't know. Can we just come in with the pictures at this stage?
Yeah, we can. Yeah. So
has Stephanie seen any of them?
No, so Stephanie's only just come in. She's just confessed, by the way, Stephanie. She was watching the Johnny Depp verdict. She apologizes and has come in. Anyway, she is in here now. So she's not seen any of these pictures. Nobody's seen these pictures apart from you and I, Sandy. So
okay.
I'm going to share screen, guys. I'm probably going to make us smaller, see if it will work so I can get the pictures bigger. Here we go. Perfect. Okay, so I'm just going to jump. Did you want to work with one, or did you want to go to all three to start with?
I never know who I'm drawing. I never know who Leo's drawing for. So we'll show her what we've done. And if she resonates with one of them, which I do think she will, but I couldn't tell you which one. I did send the other one, didn't I?
Yes, there you go.
You have to remember when looking at these that these could be photos of maybe grandparents that she never met, but there's so often a photograph that matches them. Can she relate to any of these pictures?
Sorry, I just jumped off it by mistake.
It's okay.
So I'm not sure if she can hear us. That'd be great if she could actually come in.
Oh, is she not in?
She's not in. She was on the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you should be able to click on the ducks, apparently. We've never done it from the other side, Anthony, have we? We've always done it from this side.
No, we haven't. Only this side.
Yes, Stephanie. Yes, you.
Yes, Stephanie. Yep.
Can you jump in? Do you recognise any of these pictures? Oh, I'm going the wrong way again. I should know.
No, she won't recognise that one.
And that one.
See, that one I'm thinking is quite an older one.
Yeah.
The one with the thick hair.
Yeah.
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 And I wonder if that young lady that you're looking at now was younger when she passed.
Yes.
Younger. And the person was wondering how she would look now.
Yeah.
So that may be attached to that picture. Steph, can you please?
Can do, but she says she can't recognise any of them.
Right. I do feel that, right, they need to tell me which one it is. They need to tell me. Are you guys picking anything up for,
Yeah, I'm picking stuff up from the young lady.
Yeah.
And I know she was a sister. I know she was the sister, and I do feel she died as a lot younger than what she was.
Yeah.
I do feel that she was in her late teens, possibly early 20s.
I don't know. I don't have that information. And can Steph still not relate to this or to that situation?
No, she's not coming. She's not. It's a bit slow for some reason.
Yeah, she's saying she can't recognise any at the moment.
I don't think that she would recognise her particularly because the person was young when she passed. And this is how she would look as an adult.
Right.
Trust Leo, wouldn't you, to dive in with something like this? Just a minute. Can Leo relate to Joe or Joan? Joe. Oh God, here we go. Joan, Jane, June. There's a name like that. Can Steph relate to that somewhere, living or otherwise?
We've got
died when she was a baby. That's still a possibility.
There you go. That's what I want. That's what I want.
Right.
That's what I want. Yes. That's what I say. She was a baby.
She was a baby.
Yeah,
she was a young person. Whether it was baby, young person, small person, I relate to these terms of saying that. But I believe that would be your sister then, Steph. No? Mum's sister, did she say?
Yeah, so it'll be an auntie.
It's so difficult for me without the voice.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
We say this a lot. It really helps to hear the person's voice.
Yeah, that's where the link comes from for me, you see. And it's stronger.
Yeah.
If I have the voice to relate to.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm confident this picture belongs to Steph, and it is that connection.
Yeah.
Okay. And have you ever wondered about her?
Steph's in.
Hello, Steph.
Hi. I have another confession. I was in the bath watching.
Oh, what? In the bath. I love that.
Yeah.
This is definitely not the way shows go for me.
Yeah,
Usually.
don't do this at home, people.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry we've dragged you out of the bath.
That's fine. Don't worry.
Is it possible, guys, to make Steph bigger for me?
I'll certainly give it a go. Let me just have a little play. Hang on.
No.
There you go, Steph.
Hi.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So when your face is, move your nose, not your nose, your finger from your nose. Okay, I want you to just put your face in repose, and guys, I want you to put that picture at the side of her.
Oh yeah, it might be pushing my realms of technical. Yeah, it's the only way we can do it. Unfortunately, I can't.
It's okay. Don't worry. I just wanted to see if there were any factors about the face that tied up with Steph. Steph, do you know the name Joe or Joan or June, Jane, Jean, feel of name?
Yeah, so I've got a cousin called Jane.
Jane, right. Jane is your cousin.
Yeah.
And do we also have Joe?
Now
this could be Joseph. Sorry?
Potentially. I think it's one of my sort of granddad's side.
That would make sense. That would make sense. It would. Yeah. And granddad's upstairs, yes?
Yeah.
Right. These are the connections. I knew this wasn't going to be a straightforward, easy thing tonight. And although the last one was, but I knew that this girl would make you think. And oh gosh, I would love to see your mum as a young person to compare this with, because the familial links will be there with her.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think your mum's mum also is upstairs.
No, that would be my nan, but my mum's literally just came online.
Yeah, Rhonda's online. Hello, Rhonda. And she's put, yes, Joe was granddad.
There you
Joe
go.
was granddad. Yeah.
Hi,
Okay.
hi, Rhonda.
Well saved, Rhonda. Well saved.
Oh, I can't. She's not on the screen.
No, we've just seen in the comments. If she wants to come in, she's more than welcome. We can get more people.
Come on, Rhonda.
Oh gosh.
If you want to come in, press. I don't know if you guys can see the duck without me pasting it. Oh, here we go.
She probably won't really know how to do it.
Oh gosh, I didn't either, darling, at all. I fished about for 10 minutes trying to get in. Lou. What sounds like Lou or Lee? Do you understand that name?
My partner's Luke.
Luke. Yeah, that's what I want. Oh God, now we're getting his family in as well.
Oh well.
There's something going on around. Oh, have you moved your home, or are you thinking about moving your home?
We've just moved house.
You've just moved. Okay. What are you going to do about those walls? Oh, stop it, guys. This is naughty.
About the what?
The walls.
They're giving me paintbrushes with neutral colours on.
Yeah, well, it's still probably 1970s decor, and we still have the curtains.
What are you going to do with those walls? And also, I think there's a fireplace or some kind of fire that you can light. Is that correct?
There's a gas fire, which we've covered with the sofa at the minute.
Okay. Behind the gas fire, is there what was an open fire?
Yes, there was talks about us having a wood burner in there. You need
to do it.
Okay.
You need to do it because the soaring prices of fuel are just ridiculous, and they're going to go up and up and up again. Open the fire. This is the second time probably in a week that I've given this message like this. Similar scenario. Open the fire, stock up on logs, and you will always have heating. Whereas electric, gas, etc., are going to rocket out of everybody's ability to buy.
Yeah.
So that's just a suggestion from your granddad.
Oh, okay.
You know he'd have an. You know he would have an opinion.
Oh, she's on.
Yeah, I'm going to drop off the stream so we can bring. Oh, I'll try some of this. Bear with me, guys. I'm going to try and. That might work. Can you see? Hello, Rhonda.
Hi.
Hi, Rhonda.
Hello.
Oh, now look, guys. Look at Rhonda.
There you go.
With the picture.
What do you? Oh yeah.
Mm.
I'm going to put my glasses on because I can't see.
Oh gosh, what are we like? What do we like?
Yeah.
Mm.
What do you make of it?
There is a familiarity with that picture. She looks very much like Steph when she was younger, and my niece Jane and my sister Carol.
We've just mentioned Jane.
Yeah, Jane.
And Joe.
And Joe is my dad's dad, my granddad.
Indeed.
So who was Carol in there?
Carol's my sister.
Okay.
Sister still here or sister upstairs?
No, sister's still here, but I've got a sister who died a few weeks after she was born.
That's her.
Oh, okay.
That's your sister.
Because I heard the name Carol.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, good. What a team.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So again, I would like to gift that picture to you. So
thank you.
If you can get your name. Oh, can you believe I'm wearing the same jacket? Tells you how old it is.
Rhonda, do you recognise these pictures?
Oh
gosh.
Who's David?
Oh, David is my dad's cousin who would travel with my dad a lot before my dad passed and before David passed. They passed within a few months of each other.
That's right. I was about to tell you that. Well, he's here too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's not David James, is he?
Possibly. I could find out.
Yeah, doesn't help me. Unless the name James or Jamie is somewhere else.
I've got a brother whose middle name is James.
All right. Okay. It's probably him we're picking up on. Then. Oh, gosh. They can really go off. And I don't do these sort of short little connections like this generally. You know, readings with me are 45 minutes long and everybody and their Aunt Fanny comes in. And we've just been talking about Steph. Was it Steph, guys?
Yeah, my daughter. Yeah.
Steph's new home and the awful, we need to do something with the walls, Joe said.
Okay.
70s wallpaper.
Yeah.
Honestly, my readings are always very personal and I think that's a bit cheeky, you know, but nevertheless. And
that must be the Midland sense of humour, I think.
I honestly don't know where you are. I don't know who you are. So that's easy for me. And Luke was mentioned also.
Steph's partner.
Yeah. Oh gosh, there's so much going on in all of your lives, and I really want to say to you both, for all of your family, stay tight. Stay tight. We will ride this out.
Mm.
There is a good life coming up, I promise you. And it's important that we all stay strong and stay together.
Mm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Have you been, just a moment, they're showing me the medical symbol. Do we have somebody that works in the field of caring?
No.
We did though.
Who's that?
Yeah, Paul's wife.
Oh, yeah, my sister-in-law, she's a nurse. Sorry, yeah.
Funny old thing that, isn't it? And I can't argue because I know nothing. As I remind my readers all the time, remember, I know nothing. I'm passing the words of strangers to a stranger.
Yeah,
however,
my nephew was part of the ambulance team that takes the calls.
Okay, it's a lot of pride in the family going on there. Yeah. Good people. 1, 2, 3. Are you one of 3, or is Steph one of 3?
Yeah,
Steph's one of 3.
Steph, that's one of 3. So
Yeah.
you've got 3 children.
Yeah.
Chuck and Cheese, all very different people, which was fun watching them grow. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
I also have here. Oh, not sure quite where we're going with this. A younger man. Just a moment. Oh gosh, who am I with here? This is so confusing for me. I'm used to having one person, you know. I want a younger person who was lost. Also, within five. I'm shown 5. Do you understand this?
Is it male or female, Sandy?
I was just going to ask, male or female?
Male.
Yeah.
Who's this? Where am I with this? Who's got
I would say that is Steph's dad's nephew.
the young person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. How old was he?
2, I think.
Yeah.
All right. So I was going to say I want a small person. That would make sense. And is this little nephew upstairs or down? I'm only getting mention of.
Upstairs.
Then we've got, oh gosh, we've got that little one here as well. And
okay.
Everybody's okay. Everybody's happy upstairs. And like all little ones, they continue to grow in the spirit world. And I know that it is a happy place to go. I call it going home. We come down here for this University of Life experience, and then we go home. And so we've got 2 little ones upstairs, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
You've got to think about it. This is an air slap. Okay. I had to wake you up a bit. Okay. I want to name like Liz.
That's Lisa.
There's Lisa. That was my
Liz.
sister. Yeah, my sister who passed, Lisa.
Liz.
Yeah.
Again, they make me say the names so I can wildly mispronounce them. So Liz. Right. So that's Lisa.
Yeah.
That is Lisa. That's on the screen.
She's the spitting image of my mom, Steph, Jane, my brother's daughters. They've all got that same feature, all the same.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, Paul, earlier about you'll see more than one person in the pictures. And I don't know whether you're in a position at all. I wouldn't think so, but would it be possible for you to split the face?
Not from this side, unfortunately, because it's in the screen.
Okay, let me. Oh, where's my trusty husband? He's always there to stand by. Oh, you'll have to put me on, won't you?
Yeah. So I'm gonna stop sharing or how do I do this? Hang on, bear with me, guys. Let me swap it over. There you go.
Are you on one half?
Yes, perfect.
Right. So I want you to look at that, Rhonda.
Yeah.
And then look at that. You'll see that they're slightly different. Can you see?
Yeah.
So the expression changes and and you start to see, thank you, other people in it. So again, leave your names, addresses, and I will send these pictures. Actually, is it possible for me to send them to one address? Do you live close to each other?
Yeah, we live fairly close.
Okay. And one moment. So either BR or RB. Barbara Robert Brian.
Barbara is my mum's sister.
Barbara. Upstairs.
Yes.
Hello from Barbara too.
Thank you. There's so many of them.
Well, there are, and they're all coming in tonight. And Anne, is she Barbara Anne, or is Anne someone else? Anne, Anna, Annie?
There is an Anna, but I think she was a daughter of one of my mum's sisters.
Okay. Oh, well. again, all I'm doing here is proving that I am talking to and about family.
Thank you.
It's just one of my things. I like them to prove who they are. And I don't mind whether they're upstairs or down, the names that they give to me.
Yeah.
So, well, please know that they're all around and they've come in this evening with so much love. Why? Birthday, anniversary, come on.
Ladies, sorry to interrupt, Sandy. Ladies, can you take this gentleman that's staring at us right now?
I can't.
I'm just trying to get a different.
He is wearing a shirt and tie.
Oh, I would say Steph's granddad Bill. He was always in a shirt and tie, but
William was mentioned.
William, yeah, but he had glasses. Yeah, but he had glasses.
As I look at it on my
they
screen,
don't ever.
Yeah,
it's rare for them to come with glasses.
Yeah,
but I absolutely promise you, I was going to draw them at the side of his face.
Yeah, I would
but
say
Leo wanted me to roll on so that we could fit the girl in.
Yeah,
because these have come in late last night. 2 of them came in. This morning 2 more came in. And he came in this morning, wasn't it, Paul?
Yes.
And then this one came in while I've been talking.
Yeah.
The anniversary
yes.
that you were saying, that's my nan's birthday today.
It always bugs me if I think I've let them down and not been able to find it, you know. So she needs to go out front. Oh, bless. So I've got
she's done well.
I've got the pup. Have we also got a Bob name somewhere?
There is a Robert, but he's downstairs.
Well, we won't kill him off. But they're mentioning him anyway. The thing is, my readings tend to be very personal, so I'm having to just, be very careful in what I'm saying, not to give personal information out. So
yeah, sure.
I'm on sponsor. No, not what's the word? Not sponsor. Censor. I'm on censor mode because we're out talking amongst the public.
So can you guys take this guy that you can see now?
Oh, he looks like a guy that I knew years ago, but he's not a member of the family.
Doesn't have to be.
And he passed away, and he was in his 20s.
Right. And he looks like that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm trying to ask him for his name. If it is him, he'll tell me, you see.
I can see you.
Not a K or K sounding name, is it?
No.
In that case, can you give me a Kath or a Keith sounding name?
Oh, Keith, yes. My mum's brother is a Keith.
So
he's upstairs, yeah.
Hi. They're all coming in. They're all coming in. And they're coming in support because of what's happened, especially for Steph, They just want you to know they're there to support you, really.
Thank you.
April 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. April 6th. What does that mean for you? Write it down. Don't worry. It'll come in later.
Is that someone's birthday, Mum? When's Carol?
Carol's is the 9th.
Kurt.
Oh, 9th of April.
Yeah.
I've got
You've
the 6th
got Kurt as well.
So the wrong way around.
Yeah. Oh, that happens too. Okay. Because that's just gone, you see. It's not many weeks ago.
Yeah.
And again, they do like to acknowledge birthdays and such thing. And going forward, I want September around the 18th or 19th. That's important.
September the 18th would have been Carol's first wedding anniversary for her first husband.
Okay. Are you quite convinced now that I'm talking to her about your family?
Yeah.
Again, the only purpose of this is to prove that we do survive physical death and we can still communicate. There is no death. But I think everybody watching this program would know that anyway. Yeah. Okay, well, thank you for talking to me.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Yeah, and you, yes, thank you.
Take care.
Thank you. Thanks.
Don't forget to get your addresses out to the boys,
Oh,
and then I can
well,
send the pictures.
yeah, straight on it.
No
Thank
problem.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
So here we go. So
I wasn't expecting this.
that was beautiful.
That was brilliant.
Beautiful. There is a question. So one of our viewers, and I really wanted to ask you this question because it's a really good question. Sorry, guys, I've just got to find my starred questions from Lou Cook. Hi, Lou.
Hi, Lou.
She had a quite famous trance medium guide tell her recently that she was also going to be a spirit artist.
Oh,
Have you
lovely.
got? I know, absolutely, and we've seen tonight what a gift it is. Have you got any advice for someone who is starting off?
Yes, I have. Don't have expectations. Just let it happen. And the biggest thing about any form of mediumship is trusting, having faith that what you're doing is correct. You know, I'm sitting here mentioning random names and random information about fireplaces and opening them up and such. I used to think I was talking to myself at one stage, and a lot of people are held up by that, thinking they're talking to themselves.
Yeah.
They're not. Have faith. And when you come to, do you already have some art ability, darling?
I don't know if you're watching, Lou, because she asked this question about an hour ago. Bless her.
Oh.
So I'm hoping she's still online, but I'm not sure whether she started or not.
If there's any art ability at all, then.
Oh, she's still here. Yeah.
She's on. I said yes.
Well, that's a pussycat. That isn't any lady.
That is definitely Lou.
Yeah, definitely.
That's her cat. So he's a beauty.
So, have you started to do this already, Lou?
So Lou, if you can jump in on one of the links, that would be brilliant. Again,
it would be the best thing for me to advise on.
Yeah, it really would.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm going to copy it again. I'm going to paste it into the comments. Come on, Lou, can you come in? That would be fantastic. Here we go. So click on the link and in you come. Or press the duck, as Carol says. Press the duck and apparently you can come in.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Denise, I agree. Denise has got great ability, Sandy. And Carol said, please, can you come back? Please, can you come back?
I guess.
Beautiful. And there's people in Australia watching tonight. We've had such a varied and wide people. I know Lou's gone quiet, so I know she'd be pretty much trying to get in on the link.
That's okay. But if Lou has started doing spirit art and she can show me something, I will know immediately how she's doing it.
Yeah.
Right.
And if there's anyone actually guiding the hands, for me, Leo uses my hands. I don't do anything. I just give him my hands and get out the way, basically. So for me, it's very simple. But I will know by seeing her work whether this is coming from her mind, her own mind, or from the spirit inspiration.
Yeah.
Mm. And if the latter is the case, I'll be able to advise her on that.
Okay. I don't know if can you hear Lou? Are you coming in? That'd be fantastic if you can.
Lou, come along, Lou.
Come along. You know what? She'll be like, I can hear her. Oh my God, I can't get in.
Yeah.
It's technology for you today.
Just take your time. As with everything you do, relax.
Yeah.
Just, I couldn't get in either. So, and I'm the one talking here part of the time. And I couldn't get in. And I'm the biggest technophobe. I don't own a computer. I won't have one, but I do have an iPad and I'm learning to use it. So I was panic stricken when I pressed the link you gave me, and it just stayed there and didn't do anything at all. So I had to go all around the houses to get in myself. You need to address that, lads.
Can you recommend, do you teach, Sandy, do you teach spirit art or not?
I have done workshops.
Because Angel King has asked it. She's got one of my students has recently started to draw for spirit. How or who do I point her to?
I find it very difficult to recommend anyone because I need to see their work. I need to feel their work. I need to connect with their work. And if I can do that, then I will recommend them. If I can't do that, then I won't. But just at the moment, I'm being told there is. Just one moment. I don't. Get her to contact me after the show or at some time, and I will have a little chat with her. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's for you, Angel. That's brilliant.
So, see, I have done workshops myself, or at least Leo has, and we actually got to a point that I was able to speak and explain what we were doing, how it's best done, and how to arrive at the structure of the face.
Right.
He's pretty good at teaching like that, but I'm finding it's taking a day off my life, and it's difficult for me to sit for a long time.
Yeah.
Angel.
Yeah, she said thank you for that. That was her that was asking.
That's okay. So yeah, get in touch with me and we'll have a little chat. Late afternoons is best for me because I tend to be working, doing readings otherwise. And then in the evenings, the art. Have you seen the... God.
This is Rachel Arnold. She's put, I did a wonderful workshop.
Rachel. I know Rachel, my beautiful girl.
Well, amazing, Leo even helped draw with us. That's awesome.
Wow. Okay.
I know Rachel. Oh, bless her heart. Yeah. Love you, sweetie.
Does Leo's voice ever come through? Carol's just asked.
Oh, he always talked, yes.
Yeah.
And it was very difficult for me because I'm a woman and his voice is a man's. And you know, I would be chatting. I approached a guy when I was doing physically doing them, you know, because when I travel out to do shows, I'd do workshops and private readings and things, and I'd be out there for maybe a week, 2 weeks, a month, 4 months on one occasion in Australia. And so I did teach workshops, and I had been speaking to them myself. And then Leo came in, and of course he has a man's voice. So this guy jumped out of his skin when I suddenly started speaking with a man's voice. But we managed to get over that. But that's yes, for the early years, it was always him speaking for himself. Indeedy.
Yeah, guys, if you've not caught this tonight, always look it up on catch up on YouTube. Or we try not to put it into Facebook. We're kind of encouraging people to go onto YouTube to watch the reruns. Also, Suzanne has asked, any suggestions for a complete beginner artist, please? Thank you.
Right, yes. Don't think about it. Don't try to image anything. Just sit down, pick up your pencil and pad and let your hand do it. Because this is how you find out how you're working, whether somebody's guiding the hand or whether somebody's inspiring you to guide your hand. And I think if you try not to take part in it, because I take no part in what I do, you very quickly find out how you're doing it for yourself. And it's literally, but if you have any art ability at all, then polish it up. You know, portraits are the most difficult artwork to do. Anyone will tell you that, you know. And when Leo teaches, we teach the basic structure of the face, the fact that the eyes, believe it or not, are exactly halfway down the head.
Oh.
You don't think so, would you? But they are. And then if you half again the eyes to the chin, that's where you get the bottom of your nose. And if you half that again, that's the line where the mouth meets. So if you get these basic structures right, like across the face, right, the face as we're looking at this, if you measure, although Leo doesn't like anyone to do this when we're teaching, but I will say it. Yes, I will. There are 5 equal spaces across the face. So if you make the marks of 5 equal spaces, the middle space is the bridge of the nose. And then you've got the eye and the side of the face. And if you get these basic structures correct, then you go on to, when you look at, if you're seeing the person you want to draw in spirit, if you're seeing them in your mind, then you look at them and think, well, what is different about them than the actual normal structure of a face? Are the eyes wider? Is the nose longer or shorter? Look for what's different, because that is what tells you that it's what identifies a person and how they actually look. Yeah.
Yeah.
But don't hesitate to give it a try. Have you done anything already, darling?
Not sure. Pamela's asked, where did you go in Australia? Because she's out in Australia. But there's plenty of clips of you in Australia, isn't it, on YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, there will be.
If you jump onto Sandy's page, and I believe you can find it on there. Just going to quickly show that up along here.
I've been to Sydney, Brisbane, Queensland. I've been out there for 3-4 months at a time. My first trip out there was 3-4 months, and we toured. We flew from one part to another, and there's such a lot of places out there that I've been to.
That's beautiful. So, Sandy, one of the things we offer our viewers is a free reading for watching, for sharing. I don't know if you can see the comments down one side.
I have no comments.
Oh, okay.
I have nothing. If I had, I would respond, but I don't know how to make that happen.
Okay. I was going to ask you to pick a winner. Anthony, do you want to pick a winner, mate?
Yeah, I'll pick one. It's your turn, Paul, this time.
Yeah.
And go. Okay. Julie Snowden. Congratulations.
Yeah, get in touch with me, Julie, and I'll arrange a little half-hour reading for you. Well done. Congratulations. Also, just before you go, though, Sandy, what is next for you?
Well, I'm 75. And I've traveled and traveled and traveled. I wouldn't like to think how many miles I've traveled. And I am being asked to go to different places at the moment, Ohio and Canada. But I'm unable to pin that down just at this stage. So I'm continuing to do my readings. I do guide paintings. Yeah. I suppose you've seen some, have you?
Yeah. Yes, and the 3D adaptation, and so you can see their eyes moving and smiling. Yeah. That's beautiful.
Yeah. Yes.
Does Leo help you with a guide drawing, Sandy?
No, he does them.
Oh, yeah, in that sense. Okay. Right.
He does them. Well, he knows the guides. And of course, when I read, or rather when I speak to someone, I pick up their guides myself. Yeah. So I'm able to have a chat, and there are always occasions where they want to advise. That there's an awful lot going on now from Spirit, with people going into different healing ways, like using herbs and oils and spices and natural medicine, especially cannabis oil, which is an incredible medicine, and of course is thousands of years old, depicted even in the hieroglyphics in the pyramids in Egypt. That's how long cannabis has been a medicine. Right. It doesn't need to have the what do you call it, guys? HTC?
THC, isn't it?
Doesn't need to have that in. The CBD oil alone is an excellent medicine. I take it every day myself because I had an accident, and this is when you're talking about the way forward for me. I had an accident 2 or 3 years ago now, where I got badly injured. I was paralyzed for a little while because knocked my spine out of alignment and smashed the humerus so badly, and they didn't treat me at all at the hospital. So my arm is now 2 inches shorter than it was. So I've been sort of dealing with that, getting myself back into some kind of fitness. So, and this is the reason why I can't really pin down doing anything. I do have a show in Launceston on the 18th of June, and that is with Claire Hanks, is it, or Hinkley? Oh God, sorry, Claire, if you're watching. I'm sure you won't be, because I didn't tell her. But I am doing a live show there with Claire on the 18th of June in Launceston at the golf club, which, yeah.
Devon, Cornwall, Launceston, I think it's Devon.
It's Cornwall. It is Cornwall, yes. So I'm doing that, and then of course I'm doing this with you guys, and I've got a film documentary out on Iconic, the David Icke's channel.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a documentary gone out on there on March 26th just, and a 6-part series. They're on there, and they're going out very widely around the world. So I'm doing readings, and I'm doing the guide paintings at the moment because they're so very important.
Yeah.
The guides are coming in big style.
Yeah.
You know, and just everyone that's had one has said to me the same thing. As soon as you look into their eyes, the connection is made very fast, and you know, and it's really taken them up to another level.
Yeah.
So we're doing quite a few of those, and of course, I love doing the guides as well as family. I had to put a stop on the family ones because they were just coming in droves, and I just am one person trying to do them all.
Yeah.
But I will open that up again soon, you know. So, and I have 2 books out, which are available on my website.
Okay.
One of which is called Drawing on the Past, as in PASSED. And the other one is the Mediumship and Psychic Art, the author put then, of Sandy Ingham. Very simple. Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
So, yes, lots going on still, just not traveling so much at the moment.
Yeah.
Simply because I've been getting my body fit enough to do so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have a unique gift that we've seen tonight.
Yeah.
Can't thank you enough for coming on, can we, mate?
It's been fantastic once again, and a lot of learning for everyone to listen to as well.
Yeah.
Especially on the replays as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't forget to catch up on replays, guys. This is definitely one not to be missed. So, Sandy,
sorry, darling. Can you let me know how to get into this replay for people?
Yes, of course. Yes.
I'm sure a lot of the Australian people are ones that I've met and known. And also America, that you should have some American ones on.
So we have Spiritual Talk Live, which is my YouTube page. And what's your YouTube, mate?
It's just under my name, Anthony Doveton, Medium.
Can you send it to me? I won't remember.
I'll send you the link with your particular interview. How's that?
Yeah. That would be good.
Perfect. Okay, Sandy. Thanks ever so much for coming on.
Thank you for inviting me. It's been a pleasure. And as always,
thank you. It's been
privilege.
I will be back this time next week with another great guest.
Here we go again.
Yeah, and guys, everybody at home, have a lovely weekend, and we'll see you this time next week.
See you next week.
Everybody, take care.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.